The Toronto Raptors lose at the buzzer, ladies and gentlemen, 123 to 120 in Toronto on a corner three from Rui Hachimura. I am pissed. I really am because I was there thinking maybe I'll get to drop some bombs tonight. But as you guys know, I don't drop bombs when the Raptors lose. But overall, this game was tight. And it was pretty even. I'm going to get to some team stats later on in the podcast, but this game was really close and tight across the board in many statistical categories, excuse me. And the Raptors just could not edge out the Lakers in this one, thanks to in large part by Austin Reaves. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to tell you Austin Reaves is an absolute nightmare. He is. He is a nightmare. Like, listen to these numbers from Austin Reaves if you didn't see this game. He played 41 minutes, okay? He had 44 points. He shot 13 of 21 from the field. He was 5 of 11 from three-point range, 13 of 15 from the free throw line. He had 5 rebounds, 10 assists in this game. Like, just an absolute nightmare. Can get to the basket, light you up from downtown. And when I say light you up from downtown, I'm not talking about 3 inches behind the three-point line. I'm talking about he's shooting from like 35 feet. Like, he's a foot, 2 feet behind three-point range. Like, he's pulling up from the logo. This is the stuff I'm talking about when it comes to Austin Reaves. But I'll get into some of these numbers in a little bit. Let me start here. Jakob Poeltl did not play in this game. RJ Barrett still has not been back yet. Hopefully he will be back soon. But Mamo gets the start. Jacoby Walter gets the start again, which we have been used to seeing. And the Raptors just came out slow and flat in this game. They looked a step behind. They looked pretty lethargic here. Low energy, nonchalant, no aggression, no urgency in this one. So I was pretty concerned with the way that the Raptors started this game. Didn't really panic. I thought they would pick it up at some point, which they did. But with 6:22 remaining in the first quarter, the Raptors were down 15-8. And I just did not like what I was seeing. Brandon Ingram was knocking down some mid-range shots, got a layup. He had 6 points pretty early on in the game. Austin Reaves had another 6 points early on in the game as well. But one good thing that the Raptors did have off the bench was Collin Murray-Boyles early on. And he is trending upwards, ladies and gentlemen, because he has been playing better these last 3 or 4 past games. 16 minutes in this one, 12 points, 5 of 7 from the field, 2 of 2 from three-point range. That's really good. 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. I thought he played pretty well. He's looking better. Want to see him be aggressive offensively. That was the main thing that we have all discussed on this podcast a few times, that when he's open, you got to take those shots. You can't just stand there, right? And then have the defense help on one of your other best players because you're too scared to shoot the ball. So to see him shoot the ball and actually make 2 of 2 from three-point range is also a good sign. But he did some really good things on defense as well. He did a pretty good job on guarding multiple players, whether big or on Austin Reaves, Hachimura, whoever it was, because Collin Murray-Boyles can move his feet. We've talked about this. Big body, he's solid. He can beat you to the spot. Yes, he'll pick up cheap fouls because he's a rookie. He's learning, still understand the game. But overall, he did a pretty decent job overall in this game from a defensive standpoint, but on both sides of the ball offensively as well, okay? But I mentioned again, and I have here in my notes, I want to see the Raptors a bit more physical. Not enough physicality from the Raptors on both ends. I want to see them get into the paint more, draw more contact, give hard fouls, not dirty fouls, but just so teams can't get the basket and a free throw. Make sure when guys are running through the lane, whether it be off a pass, cut, whatever, that somebody feels them through the lane. Don't just let them walk through without being touched up. Pause. Okay? Let them feel you. Let them know that you're there. Bump them. Get them off balance. Tire them out. Tire them out. Get them off balance when they're running through the lane. Okay? This is this frustrating game to watch pretty early on in this one. But the physicality, it has to be there. And LeBron did absolutely nothing in the first quarter. Okay? And you know what? Let's just get to his scoring in this one. So there has been a streak, ladies and gentlemen, that has been snapped for LeBron James playing against the Raptors. LeBron's streak of at least 10 points is over after 1,297 games. Just got that alert. 1,297 straight games with at least 10 points is over. He had 8 points in this game. He played 36 minutes. He was 4 of 17 from the field, 0 of 5 from three-point range, 6 rebounds. His passing was phenomenal. He had 11 assists in this game. He looked really, really good from a passing standpoint. Didn't have any turnovers, so that was good as well. But for a lot of this game, LeBron just looked like another guy out there. This is probably like maybe one of the first times that I've watched LeBron and I didn't care to watch him play at all, to be completely honest with you. Yes, his passing ability was nice, but this was all just about watching the Austin Reaves show at this point. Another guy that was decent coming off the Raptors bench in this one, because a few of the people have been getting at me about Grady Dick. Not getting at me, but just saying, you know, what is going on with him? When is his shooting going to return? I don't know, but he played 16 minutes in this one. And he was 2 of 2 from three-point range. That's a good sign. 2 of 4 overall. He had 8 points in the game, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He did have a rebound, just 1 turnover in the game. And you know what? He's not looking terrible. He's looking better, looking a bit more confident. Still want to see him get stronger. Sometimes when he's driving the ball to the rim, it's like he doesn't know what he's going to do when he gets there. And so he flings up a wild shot, or he stops and travels, or does. Grady Dick just needs to figure a few basic things out when it comes to knowing what he wants to do offensively, kind of before he does it. He kind of has to read the defense a little bit better. But his shooting has been better these last couple games than what we have seen like previously the last 5 or 6 times before that. Gabe Vincent, I got to talk to you about this play for a second. And this is part of a toughness thing, okay? And just game planning overall. There was a play, and it has to do with Jamal Shed, where Gabe Vincent had the ball, and he was on the right side of the court. And I think he passed it to like LeBron or something. While he passed the ball off, he tripped and he fell. And when he tripped and fell, Jamal Shed was guarding him, and they're in a half-court set, and Jamal Shed goes down to the ground and helps him up. Ladies and gentlemen, I ain't feeling that. I ain't feeling it. Leave his ass on the ground, okay?
How do you do that? How do you do that? What the hell is going on?
Leave his ass on the ground.
Brother, I ain't trying to be respectful. I'm trying to win.
All those things play into somebody's psyche, you know. I just want to point that out there. You want teams to be afraid of you. You want teams to know that you're not a nice guy. Leave his ass on the ground. Don't help him up. Jacoby Walter is another guy that I want to mention. Now, I did tell you that he got the start again for RJ Barrett. And ladies and gentlemen, Jacoby Walter, he's in a groove here. He's in rhythm right now. 25 minutes in this game, 17 points, 6 of 10 from the field, 3 of 6 from three-point range, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. Jacoby Walter is on one right now. And I really like the way he's playing. Damn it, he needs to keep that up. Ingram, now listen, this is another play that really bothered me. And I guys, I'm trying to tell you the truth here. Okay? Now, can I be harsh? Nitpick at times? Yeah, I can. But that's a part of it. We have a good start to the season, and you have to separate yourselves from the average teams if you want to be able to make some noise in the playoffs if we get there. But we got to be able to do the small things. Okay.
Want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
There was a play when shot went up and Brandon Ingram was coming down with the rebound. And instead of two hands, getting it, crushing it, securing the rebound before he's going up the court, he has this little lazy one hand running back with the ball, reaching back like this, and gets the ball stolen by LaRavia right out of his hand. And then he puts down an easy two-hand flush. That kind of stuff to me is not acceptable here. It is not acceptable. You got to pull that rebound down. The basics, the fundamentals of the game. Please. The small things matter. The small things matter. And I'm going to come back to that point when I start talking about the fourth quarter, or was it in the third quarter where I talked about it? The beginning of the fourth quarter. I'm going to come back to that. I didn't like the body language at times out here. Guys look slow, tired again. Like the language to me didn't look good, but they did come out and fight back in the third. And I'm going to get to that in just a second. But Collin Murray-Boyles at this point had 10 points. Walter had 10 points. Brandon Ingram had 10 points going into the half. And listen to this. In the second quarter alone, 28-6 points in the paint for LA. And the Raptors, once again, remember we talked about this on the last podcast? The Raptors have these scoring droughts. 3 minutes and 59 seconds. No field goals for the Raptors. 4 minutes. 3 minutes and 59 seconds to be exact. And they went into the half down 9. 67-58 Lakers. Scotty now scores 9 straight points to start the third quarter. Mamu was 3 of 6 from three-point range. Walter drilled another 3. He was 3 of 6 from three-point range. And Jacoby had 17 points at that point with 7:23 remaining in the third quarter. Now, this was not necessarily a crazy play, but a dangerous play. Gabe Vincent had a pretty dangerous play on Sandro Mamu. That hit him right in the throat/head. And so the refs go back to review it. And that was upgraded to a flagrant foul. And so I'm glad Sandro did not get injured on that play because it was a dangerous play. But one thing that I got to mention after that was that I mentioned to you, Austin Reaves went 5 of 11 from three-point range. And the Raptors got to do a better job of making sure they know how to guard guys. Okay, now, much easier said than done, but you can't go under screens. You got to go over the screens on him. And also, you need to pick him up from half court. Like you have to pick up Austin Reaves at half court because he's pulling up from the logo. That's one of the things that you got to deal with when you play against Austin Reaves. And after making some of these big threes, we saw Coach Rakovic put in Jamal Shed, start picking him up full court because he was just flat out ridiculous in this game. Okay. Scotty Barnes in this one, 36 minutes, 23 points, 8 of 16 from the field, 2 of 5 from three-point range, 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 11 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 3 blocks. I want to drop a bomb, but we didn't win. I'm like, really, I want to drop one, but I just can't. Great numbers, and he had a pretty solid game. But he did everything he could. He was trying his ass off out there, and he did the damn thing tonight. But overall, just too many careless turnovers early on. Not good enough defense on Austin Reaves. He's just a heck of a damn ball player. But with that being said, the Raptors outscore the Lakers in the third quarter, 40-33, and they have a 2-point deficit going into the fourth quarter, 198. Now I'm up in the air. I didn't know where it was going to go here. I was thinking, yeah, maybe the Raptors can pull this off, but they were neck and neck, right? But overall, man, I mean, the little things. Remember, I was talking about that. So some of the little things that I need to mention: communicating on defense, calling out screens, pulling down rebounds, executing on scouting reports. All of these things matter. All of these things matter. Going over that screen, picking up on Austin Reaves from over half court. I was just listening to All the Smoke and listening to assistant coach Rajon Rondo talking. And he was talking about how it's asinine how much coaches go over scouting reports. And then when the game starts, how players don't execute on them. I mean, it's tough. It's tough, especially when you got, some really, really good talent in these leagues. I get it. But damn it, they come up with these game plans for a reason. And at some point, if you're going to be a damn good team in this league, you got to execute on these scouting reports, offensive and the defensive end. Now, the Lakers, they had 6 offensive rebounds in less than 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. That is unbelievable to me. And at some point, and we've mentioned this on every damn show, we need another big. We need another center. Athletic, alter and block shots, and rebound. Catch lobs at the rim. At some point, we're going to have to figure this thing out. Now, one other guy I'm going to mention in this game that was very useful down the stretch was one Jamison Battle. Okay? 16 minutes in this game. He had 10 points, 4 or 5 from the field, 1 or 2 from three-point range, 1 or 2 free throws, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist in this game. He had all of this in the fourth quarter, ladies and gentlemen. All of this came in the fourth quarter for Jamison Battle. I'll give him his props because Darko put him in and he was ready. He came out there and he balled out. So damn it, shout out to Jamison Battle. Scotty was doing a good job guarding LeBron. Good team defense down the stretch. But that last play, driving in to the lane, Austin Reaves, to find Hachimura open from 3. And there you go. Dagger. Game over. Oh, man. I was hoping for overtime and the Raptors were going to be able to get a W here, but overall, just quite not enough to get the victory in this one. And they don't have time to complain and mope. They're right back in business tomorrow against Charlotte. And Charlotte's beat us that last game. We need this one back. Don't want to go on a 2-game losing streak here. Got to get this one back. 7:30 against Charlotte. And then you got Boston after. You got New York after. You got Milwaukee, Boston again. The Raptors need to get busy right now because we're playing some decent teams. And you want to make sure that this 8 games over 500 that you got, 7 games now, 15-8, does not slip away. At MikeRoach7 on IG, at MikeRoach23 on X. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, share the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for all the support. The podcast is growing. It is growing. And I mean, if you like what you're seeing now, then I mean, you wait and see what I got in store for the subscribers. And if you have not hit the subscribe, make sure you hit that subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. This is a podcast that you want to take in. This is one for the city. And a lot of you have still not hit that subscribe button. But this is the Mike Roach Podcast. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you get all the notifications of when my episodes drop. Until next time, I'm out.